Hello Honeybunches, it's what I ate in a week. I'm a bit tired and irritable at the moment, so let's see how this goes. So I did it from a Sunday to a Saturday. Great pouring of almond milk for me. I had some cornflakes to start off with. And then I had this gluten-free sharp hamburger bun, so I toasted that up. And again, this is Harvey doing his like begging for toast vocal warm-up in the morning. It's quite annoying, even though it's cute on the first go. So one side had almond butter and jam, and the other one had vegan butter and rice malt syrup, which kind of tastes like honey, and that was super delish. Just a FYI, this is like a what I ate, not how much. I'm just showing you like what it was. I might have had like exactly what I showed, but most likely 10 times as much. Oh yeah, so my friend gave me this vanilla chai tea, so I was very eager to try that out, and bloomin' heck, vanilla chai, so good. Then I got Zambrero for lunch, just their vegan bowl, and bloomin' heck, like I'm so glad this chain exists. Their rice is so flavourful, it's so delicious, and my friend and I have said many times that we would happily buy just that rice, because it's that good. I had this Nakula, like chocolate, coconut milk sort of dessert thing, pudding, and it was fab. Then later on throughout the afternoon had another vanilla chai and a gluten-free vegan chocolate chip cookie, because I had that on hand, and why not? Yeah, I was doing things all afternoon. So there are my snacks. For dinner, decided to sort of like have an older recipe from the blog. It's a caramelized onion, roasted pumpkin, pesto, did I already say that? Cheesy pizza. It generally has spinach on it, I think in the past. Didn't have that. Maybe it doesn't, can't really remember. I wasn't really following it to a T. Just the concept. So I caramelized up some onions, kept the pumpkin slices really chunky, that's definitely a key, and use Kent pumpkin, not butternut. It just has a high water contents and it's just works better. Yeah, it has more pumpkin flavour. So Monday, had a mango, so I utilised that, cut it up, and had that as breakfast numero uno. Then had another one of those repeats of yesterday's breakfast, so almond butter and jam on one slice and vegan butter and rice malt syrup on the other. There's a lot of snacking of grapes going on in the start of this what I ate in a week, but you know, as it heats up, despite what my jumper would suggest weather-wise, they're a great snack when chilled, especially. Had some of these chocolate covered rice cakes. Then I was going off to nannying, so I wanted to do some dinner prep. So I turned my Ethiopian curry recipe from my latest cookbook into a slow cooker recipe. Cooker, wow. Mix that up. Looks a bit 50 shades of cream in that, but I promise you it's fab. Then I cut up some green beans, pardon me, as well, and just put them on the side for my mum to plonk in about an hour before we were ready to eat. So before I went to nannying, I heated up this rice and beans that we had left over, topped with avocado, vegan cheese, lettuce, and a bit of like natural yogurt, which sort of acted as a sour cream replacement. Had some vanilla chai and another cookie, and then I took all these grapes to nannying. And that's everything. Yes, and then when I got home, we cooked up some basmati rice, and the curry was looking sensually scrumptious, if that even works. I topped it with some more natural yogurt and some almonds, and it's really good. So delicious, so comforting, very warm hug. I had a little small special glass of Over the Moo peppermint ice cream, which has like a chocolate ripple. And Tuesday, so I had some ripe bananas, so I made a acai smoothie, which has like bananas, blueberries, some frozen acai, almond butter, cacao powder, and some vanilla protein powder, I think. That's about it. Super good. Then I was being productive, so I had another cup of that vanilla chai tea. And what do you know? Some more grapes. Delish. Lunchtime, had some leftover of the Ethiopian curry with the leftover rice we had, and another dollop on top of the natural coconut yogurt. And then I felt like an iced chocolate. I can't say why, I just did. So I just made that using like Cadbury drinking chocolate and almond milk. Yeah. Then I snacked with some hummus and these like Mary's flax crackers, which are always great. Very crunchy, but super good. And then another snack, wow Phoebes, was this piece of gluten-free toast with vegan butter and rice malt syrup. Okay, dinner was a bit of a hodgepodge fail whale, but you know, it used up things. It was like a pesto, slaw, avocado, cherry tomato, buckwheat pasta or quinoa pasta thingamajig. It tasted seriously average. Not as good as it looked, but you know, it used things up, so doesn't matter. Then I also finished off this ice cream, the mint chocolate ripple one, which I had the night before with two hands. Eventually Wednesday morning, had some more gluten-free toast. Gluten-free bread is featuring highly in this video. I sort of get into it in waves. It's not like something I have all the time. Had my usual toppings, had a cup of tea, then I had some more with vegan butter, Vegemite and vegan cheese, which is just a classic combo which brings me back to my childhood. Then for lunch I decided to have some of this like chickpea tuna. The recipe for it is on my blog, just in lettuce cups, in like COSY lettuce cups, and that was super good and refreshing for the hot day that I think we had, as you can tell by the fan being on in the background. Yeah. Yum. And looks like I snacked on some more grapes. Then my mum and I went to go see Bohemian Rhapsody, so we got some sushi on the way, and I had 2 hand rolls with just avocado and cucumber. Cracking angle, Phoebe. Great artistic decision. Yep. Thursday, so I decided to have some more Vegemite toast with some vegan cheese on top. Clearly was liking that combination since having it the day before. And yeah, Shah bread just like is a level up from a lot of others. But yeah, thank you for your recommendations, because I've come across my attention. There's one in the chilled or frozen section at Woolworths that's vegan, and it looks like sourdough. So I decided to make some banana muffins, which I forgot to put any like sweetener in them, so that was a bit of a fail. But in the end, I just ended up pouring a bit of maple syrup on them before gobbling up, so that worked. But yeah, the first ones I was like, these are quite bready. But yeah, for gluten-free muffins, they weren't, you know, stodgy. They were very cooked and lovely. I baked up some wedges in some lovely seasonings like paprika, mixed herbs, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, and a bit of olive oil, and mashed up an avocado, and had that for lunch, which is very simple and very reminiscent of, I guess, high carb, low fat, stuff, but it's just good. So that's why I had it. I had another one of those muffins. I think I had like 3 or 4 the day of making them, because let's be real, muffins, especially gluten-free muffins, are best fresh. So yeah, I poured some maple syrup on them in the middle, and that made them into more of a less bready, more muffiny type convincing deal. Yep. Munch, munch, munch. Yeah. Alright, so another recipe from the cookbook is what I decided to make Thursday night for dinner. It's like the tofu, roast pumpkin, quinoa pesto bowls. Boiled up some quinoa, roasted some kale, roasted some pumpkin and tofu until it went crispy, then just dolloped over some pesto, and it's super good. Usually I have it with like roasted cauliflower and broccoli too, but yeah, I wasn't particularly hungry tonight. That night. My just hunger wasn't super there, but it ebbs and flows, and that's how it goes, and it's totally cool. So Friday, had 2 of these muffins, one with almond butter on either side, and another one with maple syrup to sweeten it up. Then that tied me through till lunch, where my mum and I were over in Northcote going to Terra Madre, and we had like this green goddess smoothie, and I had this falafel bowl, which I didn't finish, surprise surprise, so I had the leftovers in a little container. Looks like mush, but it's very delicious mush, and that smoothie tastes like vanilla custard, which is epic, and I would highly recommend the green goddess smoothie if you're ever in Northcote at Tahina. Then I had a little square of this like pecan caramel chocolate thing that we got at Terra Madre, and then I decided to make the hot for food cheesy pumpkin scrolls and munched on those like veggie cheesy chip things while I was making it. That is like the most horrible camera work ever, that shot, but anyway, I was using some gluten-free vegan puff pastry. I wouldn't say it's my favourite. I mean, at this stage when I was like rolling it into things, it was fine, but it tasted like rice paper wrapping, which kind of makes sense, maybe. I don't know what's in that, but it sort of tasted like add rice flour, and it could be like used for something sweet just as easily. But yeah, that recipe is a real good one. It has like sage and other spices in it, and it's very autumnal and warm hug like and super good. So I had that with broccoli for dinner. Then Saturday, chopped up some strawberries and plonked them down, had them as a pre-breakfast thing, and then got one of these buns which we sourced from Terra Madre, and I waxed some of this cacao and hazelnut mud, which is like their home brand, I want to say, of Nutella, onto each slice. That's a really good brand of gluten-free bread if you're wondering and never come across it. Then I put some banana coins on top and munched that all down. It was super good, as you can imagine. Had another muffin with a bit of maple syrup, sort of mid-morning. Yep, we get the idea, Phoebes. And then for lunch, I decided to make this recipe from my latest cookbook, the roasted cauliflower pesto pasta. So you roast the cauliflower and like mixed herbs, nutritional yeast, garlic powder, probably other stuff I can't remember, salt and pepper, and boiled up some gluten-free quinoa pasta, and this is the pesto, which had like 3 bunches of basil in it, and it's depressing how much you use up in this recipe. Not really, we still had heaps left over. I need to talk up this recipe, not talk it down. Anyway, we had that for lunch. It was great, seriously delicious, and a great recipe to start off with if you're wondering what to cook from it. This is a salad with like lentils and roasted potatoes. That is from the book I just reviewed, Family by Hetty McKinnon. The video is pretty fresh on my channel, and it's got like parsley, lemon, capers. It's so good. So I made that with broccoli, and bloomin' heck, I mean, it's like one of my most favourite potato salads, and previous to trying this one I would have said I'm like a creamy potato salad person, so it does wonders, that recipe. Okie dokie. Thank you for watching, Honeybunches, and listening to me ramble on. Hope you're doing well and you're surviving this crazy festive period. Love you lots, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.